Good evening. Call this meeting of the Galt City Council to order. The date is December 6, 2016. It's 7 o'clock in the evening. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Payne. Present. Councilmember Hewer. Here. Councilmember Campion.
Here.
Councilmember Powers. Here. Mayor Cruz.
Here. If you could all rise, please, for a silent prayer. Please follow me and salute to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we get a video statement, please?
This meeting of the Galt City Council will be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T Uverse cable systems. Tonight's meeting will air Friday, December 9th at 9 a.m. and Saturday, December 10th at 9 a.m. It is being closed captioned and will be webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. The City Council meeting videos are also archived on the city's website, www.ci.galt.ca.us. A DVD copy is available for checkout from any library branch.
Very good. We're moving on to item B, November 8th, 2016 election results. Certification of November 8, 2016 general municipal election results, reorganization of the Galt City Council.
Okay, first up on the items or the list of items to do tonight is to adopt the resolution certifying the election results of the November 8, 2016 general municipal election and recognize or reorganize the Galt City Council. At the dais here you have the certificate of facts, which was received earlier today, and the final vote count. Kurt Campion was 3,857. Paige Lamson, 3,491. Sherry Daly, 3,133. And Mel Shamblin, 1,190. Any questions?
You missed two.
Oh, well. Okay. For the city clerk, Donna Settles, 6,329. And the city treasurer, easier choice, Sean L. Farrell, 6,136.
Awesome.
There you go, Mayor.
Do I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Campion and a second by Vice Mayor Payne. Call for the vote, please.
Vice Mayor Payne. Aye. Councilmember Hewer. Aye. Councilmember Campion.
Aye.
Councilmember Powers. Aye. Mayor Cruz.
Aye. Unanimous vote. Moving on to item number 2.
This is a presentation to the outgoing Vice Mayor, Barbara Payne, by the Mayor. I guess I follow him? Yeah. Okay.
Don't mind if I read this to you?
Don't mind at all.
Okay. This is a proclamation by the City of Galt. Whereas Barbara Payne was first elected to the Galt City Council in 2004. Barbara was re-elected in 2008 and 2012, serving a total of 12 years on City Council. During such time, Barbara served as mayor in 2010 through 2012 and vice mayor in 2009, 2014, and 2016. And during her 12 years, Galt Place Seniors, Central Galt Interchange Project, Chavoya Community Center Expansion Project, Walker Community Park, Wastewater Treatment Plant Upgrade Projects, and the Twin Cities Roundabout Project were completed. Barbara served alongside past and present council members, accomplishing many projects for the betterment of this community. Past and present council members had the following things to say. She was an inspiration to all of us on the City Council. That was from Darryl Clare. It was my distinct pleasure serving with her. Tom Olson. She always gave 100% on her endeavors. Andy Shelton. I want to thank Barbara for working with our youth, Mike Singleton. I appreciate her service to the city, Roy Hewer. She has changed the face of our city and will sorely be missed on City Council, Mary Lou Powers. I consider Barbara Payne my mentor and a good friend, Mark Cruz. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Galt, California, wishes to thank Barbara Payne for her 12 years of service in making a positive difference to the community of Galt. We have hereunto set our hand and caused the seal of the City of Galt to be affixed this 6th day of December, 2016. Thank you, Barbara. You for all the work you've done for us. You have to speak first. Right.
Can I do this? Make up your mind.
She's very outspoken. Okay, you're up.
All right, thank you. Okay, thank you, Mayor and council members. I want to take this opportunity to tell you really how, believe it or not, how wonderful it has been to be on the City Council for 12 years. I've had a lot of people say, oh, that's a thankless job and all that kind of stuff. But it has been a very wonderful experience for me. One of the reasons is the relationship I believe I have and have had with our staff. They've always been supportive, and I always felt like whatever we accomplished, whether it's my idea or somebody else's, that we did it as a team. And I always felt them very strongly supporting whatever we wanted to do in the city. Parks and Recs, I know you took a lot of the heat or a lot of the work for all those things that we did, all the events, but you were always there and always happy to do it, at least you seem to be. And I thought it was so important to bring the community together to have those events like the Easter extravaganza and some of those things. But it could not have happened, would not have been a success without all the hard work that Parks and Recs did with such a great attitude. They're just part of the community. They're not employees. They're part of the community. And it has been a truly unbelievable experience working with Public Works. No, when you think about the C Street interchange and everything that's happened, you know, my passion and honestly my reason for running was for Old Town and downtown Galt, to revitalize it. And I look at it now and I feel so good about it. But again, it wasn't anything I could have done by myself. It took the council, Public Works, and everybody else to make these things happen. And again, it was that huge, wonderful team effort that we had with the council and the staff members working together. I remember the first year that I was elected, Ken Anderson was city manager at that time, and he invited me to go to his first staff meeting. And he said, Barbara, I want you to know you can talk to my staff anytime you want to. You're welcome, and I encourage it. So I kind of kept that thought with me throughout, with Jason Berriman as well, and he didn't seem to mind. So I guess it was okay, but again, it gave us that feeling of the team effort. And maybe I had some ideas that weren't the best, and staff would tell me, you know, that's not going to work. You need to rethink that. And I appreciate that. But I know during my time on the City Council, Public Works has had a huge job. And they've done it well, and they've made me so proud to say that I'm on the City Council for the City of Galt. You know, finance, I miss Inez. I'm happy that we have you, Emily, but Inez was another person that helped me get through those stacks of budgets and explain things, and always patient. Because when you become a City Council person, it's not like you went to college and majored in City Council 110 or something. You know, you have to learn most of the time on the job. And to do a good job, you have to have the support of the staff. And that's really the point of what I want to say tonight, is I appreciate you all so much, and know that you will continue with your good works. Hopefully we'll get that library expansion. But then on the other hand, I want to thank the citizens of Galt for having faith in me for 12 years. And part of what I really wanted to do was to be at least one of the people that the citizens knew that they could come and talk to and tell me what their concerns were, or how they thought we could improve, or what we needed. That was really important to me. And in doing that, the reward was mine, because I met so many wonderful people, and now they're my friends. So I would just close by saying 12 years, it's been an interesting, but mostly it's been a wonderful experience. And I am going to encourage Paige, and I'm going to know that she's going to do a great job. I know she's out there with the people, and to me, that's where it starts. You got to be out there with the people, and you have to serve them. That's what we're here for. So with that, I'll say again, thank you all for being there for me. The police department. I want to back off on that, because one of my big goals was to have a stronger and better law enforcement in Galt. And I can see it, and I can feel it. I know for a long time we had so much trouble with the gangs and the graffiti. Now you don't see graffiti, at least not long. It may be there for a little bit, but it's so different, and it's because our police department has done such a great job. Thank you. And I know it's so important to the people of the community to feel safe here. Okay, now then I'm going to say thank you, and I think I've covered everybody. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. But you just know in my heart that I just think of you all as my family, and it's been wonderful serving you. Thank you.
Barbara, you can stay there for 1 second.
Okay.
We also have another presentation here by our County Supervisor, Don Natoli.
Good to see you. Well, I'm sorry you got here a bit late, and since we're all family, I'm your late arriving son. But that being said, I'm delighted to be able to join this evening with your colleagues, and certainly community representatives and community members, and as you said, friends, and pretty much a big family here in the city of Galt, and to recognize you for all of your good work. I mean, 12 years have gone by pretty quickly. When I think about when you were first elected, and certainly I've had a chance to know you before that, to think that that's been, you know, a full dozen years, and now you're going to be turning over the seat to someone else. But I think it goes without saying, and certainly if it's been said, you can say it many times more, that you have been one who has certainly demonstrated time and time again your concern and care for this community. Obviously, being in a leadership role has its advantages and disadvantages, and part of the advantage, obviously, is you get to come together on a regular basis and determine the vision and the pathways for progress in the city. But you also get a chance to take your share of the brunt of people's concerns about their community, and whether it be about law enforcement or condition of streets or the state of any particular matter that you're working on. But you've done that with great grace, and I think you've distinguished yourself by certainly your, I think, firmness as it relates to wanting to have a safe community, one that has a good quality of life, your support for children and young people, but people of all ages. And again, I know that your collegiality and service to other boards and commissions in the county certainly has been welcome as well, Barbara. And I would just want to say that, we certainly consider you to be a friend, not only from the county perspective, but obviously a personal friend and someone who I admire very much. So, with all that being said, you're going to keep adding to this. I know that you're probably going to have to either redecorate or add another wall in the house for all your the recognitions. And I'm not going to read all the warehouses, but this, again, I think is summed up to say that this lady, as we well know, certainly has dedicated a good portion of her life in this community to serving this community in a way that has distinguished itself in many ways. But you've really embodied what it means to be someone who is taking public service seriously. You've come with your private sector experience, and I think, carved a path working with your colleagues for the vision for this city and its people, and have done a wonderful job at that. So I just want to extend my congratulations to you, obviously with a lot of heartfelt thanks and appreciation for your friendship, and wish you well upon this occasion of retirement, but that doesn't mean she's leaving life in this community, and so her public life as a council member may end, but your life and work with the garden and with the young people of this community will continue, I'm sure, and those are strong legacies, and you can be very proud of that. I know you are. And so just want to say the best wishes to you, and hopefully you have great health, much happiness, and a lot of blessings. You've been a blessing to this community. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't want to Mr. Waller's got to put this in. Got to get in. Okay, yeah. Didn't make a button out of it, I'm sure. It's on a cheek. I was it's on a cheek. Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. And Don, before you leave, I want to say a few words about you too. I remember right after I was elected, Mr. Biederman and Mr. Levine, they said, we want to take you to lunch and we want you to meet our supervisor, Don Natoli. And so we did. And from that moment on, Don Natoli has been so supportive of our community, and he's been very supportive of me. Some of the things that I wanted to do didn't happen, but he was always there. And I'm going to miss working with you, Don Natoli, as well as not being on the city council. I just want you to know you've been a good friend to me and to this community, and thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on this agenda item is a presentation to outgoing Mayor Mark Cruz by the city manager.
And one of my many pleasures is working with the city council, and have an opportunity to work, with the mayor. The mayor in most cities has a few extra duties than the rest of the city council, and that's helping staff set agendas. They run the meetings, and in our community we have a 2-year mayor, and we thought we'd like to recognize Mark Cruz's 2 years of service with the city of running our meetings and being there. So on behalf of the city council, myself, our city attorney, Mr. Rudolph, and our staff, we'd like to just thank you for your leadership and your support and working with you these last 2 years, me for about a year, and setting those agendas and running those meetings, and we thank you.
You gotta hold it good. I gotta be different to the me.
Okay, now it's time to administer the oath of office to Galt City Council members-elect. I.
I, Kirk.
Paige Lamson.
Do
Do solemnly swear.
I will support
That I will
and
support and
defend
defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of California, against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and during such time
as I am an elected official of the City of Galt. I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of council member according to the best of my ability.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
We'll take the roll call vote with the new city council. Councilmember Lamson. Here. Councilmember Hewer. Here. Councilmember Campion.
Here.
Councilmember Powers. Here. Mayor Cruz.
Here.
Okay, then we'll open the nominations, but before I do, I would like the city attorney to say a word.
I just wanted to make a few comments before we get into the nominations, since we haven't done this for a couple of years. Just want to remind the members that nominations do not require a second. Anybody can make the nomination, and you can nominate yourself if you so desire. After we receive all the nominations that are desired, then we will vote on the nominations in the order received until one member receives a majority vote, and then that process is completed. If we go through the list one time and we don't have a majority, we will do a second time. And if we go through two times and there's not new mayors, then at that point we'll reopen nominations. So are there any questions on the process? No. Thank you.
Are they open?
Yes, so I will open the nominations for mayor.
I'd like to nominate Mary Lou Powers.
Any other nominations? No? Okay, I'll do a roll call vote. I'll start with Councilmember Lamson. Yes. Councilmember Hewer. No. Councilmember Campion.
Aye.
Councilmember Powers. Aye. Mayor Cruz.
Aye.
Passes 4-1. Thank you. And then you will do the vice mayor.
Okay, I'd like to call for nominations for vice mayor, please.
I'd like to nominate Mark Cruz.
Are there any other nominations? Call for the vote, please.
Councilmember Lamson,
Yes.
Councilmember Hewer,
No?
Councilmember Campion,
Yes.
Mayor Powers,
Yes.
Councilmember Cruz.
Yes.
We're now going to take a 15-minute recess to say goodbye to Barbara and say hello to Paige, and so come on out in the back, and we will reconvene in 15 minutes.
My chop liver?
Pardon me?
My chop liver?
Oh, and I'm sorry, and her champion. I'm so I'm sorry, I'm so used to these. Is there any agenda approvals, additions, and/or deletions, council? Okay, then we'll go on to our presentation. The introduction of new employees, and I guess this is on you, Mr. Elias.
Good evening. To introduce the new building inspector is going to be the city's building official, Armin Lobo.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, council members. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Zach Carver as our new building inspector for the city of Galt. Zach lives and hails from Harold.
Can I interrupt you for just a second? You bring him up here, please, to the podium, sir. This will be your first introduction to the thrill of the city of Galt.
Come on down. You're the new contestant.
So as I was saying, Zach hails from the community of Harold, where he's lived for about 18 years. And in addition, his children attended schools here in the city of Galt, so he's a local member. He has 32 years of experience in the construction industry, over 25 years as a contractor. And most recently, he was working in the city of Rockland as a building inspector. Zach is a residential combination inspector, which means that he holds inspection certificates in building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. I'm pleased to have Zach as part of our building division team and look forward to working with him as we serve our community. Thank you.
Mr. Carver, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't have any notes. Well, I would like to say that I do appreciate the opportunity to work in the community that I live in and shop in. And as Armin mentioned, my one daughter graduated from Galt, my son graduated from Liberty Ranch. And I'm excited to be here because I get to be part of the phenomenal growth plan that Galt has. And so I want to continue to see the community grow, and I want to work with the community. So I appreciate the opportunity, and thank you very much.
And welcome.
Thank you.
To you, Mr. Solis.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Unfortunately, our hire could not make it tonight. It is Richard Hayes. He was hired as a Parks Maintenance Worker 1. He was born and raised in Sacramento. He's married and enjoys spending time with his 2 young boys. He has 8 years of experience in landscape maintenance, which specializes in landscape irrigation, drainage, and grading. So we're lucky to get him. He has 2 years experience as a landscape construction foreman. He made a comment this week that this is the longest time he's gone without having a shovel in his hand, so it's kind of different for him. One of the reasons we truly looked at this person and hired him is that he wants to make this a career with the city of Galt and not just have a job. So I welcome him. You'll see him around. He's being trained currently Monday through Thursday with our supervisor, Anthony Cabrera.
And would you please welcome him for us?
We will.
Okay, Donna, would you please now read the public comment?
Under Government Code Section 54954.3, members of the public may address the council on non-agenda items. Speakers may address council on any agenda item during consideration of the item. Speakers shall restrict their comments to issues that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council and limit comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Please fill out a speaker sheet located on the table inside the entrances to the council chambers and forward the completed speaker sheet to the clerk. I have one speaker sheet.
You have one speaker?
Charlie Nelson.
Thank you for the opportunity, and congratulations to the newly elected, the newly re-elected, and the new mayor and vice mayor. Congratulations. I know you'll serve well.
Thank you.
I appreciate the service of everyone. Hearing from the lights is probably only a minuscule amount of the time and effort that is put in. Most of it's behind the scenes, and I do appreciate it. I came with a concern this evening, and that is a few days ago I received my city bill. and it raised questions and concerns in my mind, to which I didn't have answers, and so I'm hoping to get reasonable answers this evening. The base charge for a 3/4 inch line on my bill increased over 400% from the last billing period to this billing period. And my usage increased over 200% for the same period of time. And I'm scratching my head and I'm saying, okay, from basically for November, December, which I know I use a lot less water, why am I paying 2 times more than what I paid for earlier in the year when I know I was using more water? So with that in mind, it causes me to ponder, and hopefully there'll be reasonable explanations as to why that is. The other question I have, when I have spoken with friends in the neighborhood and so forth, and I may be wrong, there appears to be 1-inch lines and 3/4 inch lines. And I have been told, and I don't know if it's true, there is a different base rate for a 1-inch line versus a 3/4 inch line. And if that is true, I'd like to understand why that would be true. The other concern that I have is, I know for years and years, and everybody can say, well, that's the way we've done it for years and years and years. The billing goes, for example, this last cycle was from 10/31 through 12/31. Well, we're only on December 6th. And so it appears to me that I am being billed for an estimated usage that is not completed yet. And before everybody had meters and there was a flat rate, who cares? But now we have meters, and it's my understanding the reason we have meters is so that you can bill me for the resources that I use. When I go to the service station and purchase gas, it goes through a meter, and I pay for the resources that I use there. And I don't get a bill for them for what they think I'm going to use for the balance of the month. The same is true with my credit cards. I get a billing for the end of the period, and I look at the resources I used. I used their money up front. Now I need to pay them back. And so it appears to me that, from my standpoint anyway, it would look, I guess, a little fair if the bill would represent the time period that I actually used city resources and was expected to pay for it. So if the billing is from 10/31 to 12/31, why don't we make a cutoff and then bill me in January for that period of time, the 2 months period? It doesn't take that much to redo statements, and I know you probably buy a pallet load full in advance, but certainly there's time to readjust that. I would like to see what I actually use during the period that I'm being billed for. I don't think that's unreasonable, and I'm sure there's reasonable explanations as to why my base rate on a 3/4 inch line went up 400%, and my usage went up 200%. And is there a difference between the 3/4 and the 1-inch line? So I'll leave it at that. And again, I do appreciate your service. Grateful for it. Takes a lot of time and effort. I tip my hat to you.
Mr. Nelson, Mr. Nelson, sir, did you call Public Works and ask for an explanation?
No, I just got the bill a couple of days ago. Spoke with a few neighbors. I could go to Mr. Winkler and lay it on the line to him and cry and whine a lot, but I think it needs to come before the decision makers. He obviously is at your beck and call. He serves the community, he serves me, but again, the decision makers, it seems to me, lie up here. And so I wanted to have a direct interaction with the decision makers.
Okay.
I hope that's fair.
That's fair.
Could I make a suggestion? Could, because some of the questions raised I think are valid questions, and actually I'm curious as well. Possibly, could you get with Mr. Winkler, and Mr. Winkler, could you provide a response?
Yeah.
Provide a response to the council members, a pass-through memo or something?
you have to do that. I think there are some misunderstandings.
Okay, that'd be great.
I'm sure there are. I just don't have the answers.
Sure.
And I'm sure, as I pointed out, there are probably reasonable answers. I just don't have them. Anyway, thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Sure, you may call.
So you said your usage went up 200%, but is that the actual volume of your usage or just the cost of your usage?
The cost of my usage, but also it indicated the volume went up substantially. But again, it was for the time period of 10/31 through 12/31, and it only could have been, because I just received my bill, it only could have been actual usage through the meter for the month of November, and then estimated usage, at least in my opinion. And again, I may be wrong, but estimated usage for the month of December.
Okay.
And I'm sure my bill is the same as yours. I hope it is.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now on to the information and consent calendar. Donna, would you please read the 5 items?
Minutes of the regular meeting of November 15th, 2016. Item 2, adoption of ordinance number 2016-11, repealing and replacing Chapter 15.04 of the Galt Municipal Code relating to buildings and construction, and adopting the 2016 editions of the California Building Standard Codes. Item 3, adoption of ordinance number 2016-12, repealing and replacing Chapter 15.28 of the Galt Municipal Code, the Fire Code, and adopting the 2016 edition of the California Fire Code. Item 4, receive and file the warrants. Item 5, the Treasurer's Report for period ending October 2016.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Oh. Second, please.
Second.
Call for the vote, please, Donna.
Vice Mayor Cruz,
Aye.
Councilmember Hewer,
Aye.
Councilmember Campion,
Aye.
Councilmember Lamson,
Aye.
Mayor Powers.
Aye. Okay, we're on to the City Clerk's report for the December 20th, 2016 City Council meeting.
That was so fast. So staff is recommending starting the December 20th, 2016 meeting at 10 a.m. due to the upcoming holiday work schedule, in order to complete the necessary follow-up after the City Council meeting. And in addition, the earlier start time would accommodate any planned holiday travel for City Council or staff. I contacted Metro Cable and confirmed with them that they would be able to attend the meeting as well.
Just for point of reference, when are the days off for the city?
We're off that Thursday, Thursday, Friday? Thursday and Friday. So the meeting is Tuesday night, so it gives us Wednesday to complete the follow-up, and then we're off Thursday and Friday.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's right. Okay, thank you. Any discussion, council?
Works for me.
I'm okay with it.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Call for the vote, please.
I'm getting used to the order. Vice Mayor Cruz,
Aye.
Councilmember Hewer. Aye. Councilmember Campion,
Aye.
Councilmember Lamson,
Aye.
Mayor Powers.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Okay, this was quite the short meeting. We're out to comments by staff, so we'll start with you, Emily. Any comments?
Not this evening, thank you.
Brett?
None today, thank you.
Stephen?
A quick announcement just popped up on the website today, and Councilmember Hewer brought it to my attention. I wasn't even aware we posted it, but there will be a public workshop for the business community and any members of the public slated for next Thursday, December 15th. It'll be held at 6:30 at the Pachetti Community Room at the Police Department, and it is basically an open workshop to talk about what the community's vision might be for the open space along the railroad lease property to complement the current C Street, 4th Street project to come in as the next phase. And since we've downscoped and our lease has restricted what we can do there since 6 years ago, we last went out to the community prior to my coming here. We wanted to give them a chance to find out what we can and can't do with the lease property and get input on some possible ideas for alternative landscaping, parking, and other approaches to beautify that corridor. And then Following that, after the first of the year, with that input, we'll actually be scheduling a workshop with the city council also early in the year to get your input and thoughts and give you feedback from the community. And you're also welcome to join us on December 15th if you so choose.
Thank you. I have no further comments. Thank you. Paula? Armando?
I do. I'd like to take this time to thank a couple of people for the Lighting of the Night event that we just had this Saturday. I wanted to thank Brenda Renfro, who did another great job in such short notice. Sergeant Walton from the Galt PD, along with the other officers and volunteers. Aiden Selby and his public works staff for the traffic control. My fabulous Parks and Rec staff, they did such a great job. And this year we had one of our youth sports organizations, Galt Football Club, Galt FC. They came in and helped us set up for the event and came in and helped us clean up after the event. So I just wanted to say a thank you to them too. So.
There's been two amazing events in the last couple of days. First, were Sunday, November 27th, two police officers started running from LAPD Academy to the state capitol. It's 420 miles. They're doing it in 12 days. They were supposed to arrive on Thursday. They arrived last night, 3 days early. They did this in full uniform, and it was to bring awareness to some of the fallen officers and their families, and to help raise awareness. And there was some fundraising going on for it also, to help the victims and their families. So it was amazing. We had a huge turnout from the city of Galt. We went out to Twin Cities and Franklin. That's the closest they came to our city, because they had to run frontage roads all the way through. So they were going to run through our city, but we lose some of our frontage roads north of Galt, so they cut out. Just absolutely amazing. And they arrived at 11:30 last night at the state capitol. Just an amazing. They were so exhausted, so tired, but they did it in full uniform. So
wow.
That was Officer Joe Carrito, I think is how you pronounce the last name, and Kristen Tudor. So we got a chance to talk to him yesterday. It was just amazing. Secondly, for those of you who attended tonight, the Beacon of Blue event at McDonald's, tremendous turnout. Beacon of Blue is put on by McDonald's. They've done it at 29 McDonald's restaurants so far in 2 different counties now, and the Beacon of Blue is set up to honor the lives of late and present law enforcement officers and then promote peace. And so you can see the community support that we have by the turnout that we had tonight. It was absolutely amazing and very, very moving. And so when you leave here, if you weren't present, if you look across the street there, you can see all the blue lights shining on McDonald's, and it's going to stay that way. A side note that hasn't been publicized yet, but just I have to mention it, is Kristen Mullard. She's Galt and Lodi resident, and I say both because she lives in both places, and she does the thin blue line flags. What she does is she purchases these items on her own, these flags, and sends them anytime there's a officer killed in the line of duty, and sends them out to the different police departments. She's getting a lot of national recognition and getting a lot of support. And so McDonald's has purchased 29 of these flags, and they're going to frame them, and they're going to hang them inside of all their McDonald's restaurants, for those 29 restaurants. So absolutely amazing night, and so everybody that came out, thank you, and so it just means a lot to all the first responders.
Mr. Palazzo?
Mayor Powers and the council members. Looking forward to working with the council this next year. The December 13th is our next date with the San Joaquin Delta Community College, where we believe they'll be discussing and hopefully making a decision on the location of a north campus site. And so I want to just remind the council we'll be calling you, trying to arrange transportation and getting our members of our community to that meeting so we can just make a presence to the board. I think the last meeting was we had a great turnout, and I think it made a difference in just showing our support for the location. Go ahead.
Mr. Rudolph? Thank you. Our newbie, old bee, congratulations, Kurt, again for being up here.
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Councilmember Lamson?
Just want to say I'm very happy and thankful to be here, and what a lovely, nice meeting tonight.
Councilmember Hewer?
So I did have the opportunity to spend the couple hours with Chief Stockman, watching the burn of the building on the 30th. That was, I appreciate CSD and the chief, how gracious, both chiefs, how gracious you both were. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to see it go down in flames, to get rid of that blight. I think it was a great opportunity and a great thing for the community that it's done. So otherwise, and tonight was very nice. Thank you.
Vice Mayor?
Just want to say thank you again, Armando. The lighting of the night was awesome. That parade route, there were huge numbers of people out there. Just, I think there were more out there than we had for the IDC parade.
It was very close.
It was very nice. And this time around, we actually had enough candy to pass out. Awesome job.
Yeah, your staff did a great job, Armando.
Great job.
Thank you.
That's all I've got.
Yes, great job, Armando. It was a very fun day, and the weather was great, too. Thank you very much for calling good weather. And thank you, too, Donna, for getting the candy for us. And
We actually had some left.
we had some left over. Although I told you to get another bag, and we had some left over. But it was a very fun night. And I also want to remind everybody that this Thursday is the senior luncheon at South County Services. Please be there. They love to see you all. Come out and serve them. And as I've said before, it gets bigger and better every year. And it is the only time some seniors get to even have a holiday celebration. So it's very much appreciated when you all come out. So I'll see you then. And with that, the meeting is adjourned.